Minnesota is starting the long process of getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in frontline worker pay back. A new audit from the Minnesota Frontline Worker Pay Program shows hundreds of thousands of dollars meant for people who worked in potentially dangerous situations during the pandemic went to people who were ineligible.
The Departments of Labor and Revenue are pushing back on that report tonight. Gordon Severson joins us now with details. Gordon?
Yeah, the Frontline Worker Pay Program set aside $500 million. About 1.2 million Minnesotans applied to get a chunk of that money. The Legislative Auditor's Office says state agencies did catch about 200,000 applicants who didn't qualify for the money, but they didn't catch everyone.
I want to say thank you for having this hearing.
When the Legislative Auditor's Office looked into the Frontline Workers Pay Program, auditors could only verify 58.9% of the payments went to people who deserved them.
Now, to be clear, this does not mean that 40% of paid applicants were ineligible.
They just don't have enough information to verify them as legit payments. But auditors did take a deeper look at a few hundred applications.
We identified paid applications that had clear fraud indicators, and we identified paid applications for which we could clearly determine the applicant was not eligible. For example, applications submitted by people who had died before the application window opened.
Auditors also found several applicants who were ineligible because they worked from home, didn't live in Minnesota, or didn't work enough hours to meet the requirements. Their projections suggest as many as 9.1% of applicants shouldn't have received the money, around $45 million that could have gone to people who deserved it.
We were trying to do something perfect in an imperfect environment that we were dealt.
Commissioners at the Department of Revenue and the Department of Labor dispute these numbers from the auditor's office and argue the fault doesn't lie with them, but state lawmakers who created a flawed program that focused more on getting money out fast over getting money to the right people.
The issue is with the program itself, not how it was implemented.
Some of those very lawmakers were in the room at the time as members of the Audit Commission. Some agreed the program had its problems, and it highlights a concerning trend in state government.
We need to make sure that this stuff doesn't happen in the future because it's not acceptable, and the public is losing faith.
In the cases of fraud, the Legislative Auditor's Office has referred those cases to the Attorney General's office and the FBI. They're also encouraging the Departments of Revenue and Labor to go back and look at these applications that they couldn't verify and to recoup any payments from people who didn't deserve them.